Hey, what's up guys? So I have another informative Battle Royale video of what goes on in my head to help you guys out, hopefully be a little bit better, improve your chances at success. So right now we're landing at the Cabins of Death. So this right here is the location of the Cabins of Death. It is where Avram Highway meets the entrance of the dam. Now there are 6 cabins here, 3 on each side, and about 4 to 6 different RVs and a dozen tables, so there's lots and lots of loot to be had. However, when there's lots of loot, that means there's lots of people and there's lots of action and it gets kind of fucking crazy, okay? But that's why I call it the Cabin of Death. If you're the type of player that does not like action, or at least the chance of being killed right off the fucking bat by a whole bunch of people, then do not go here. But if you're the type of person that can kind of handle yourself in a fight, you think you can get the jump on someone, then I would highly recommend hitting it up. Because it can set you very well off right off the bat. Now unfortunately I'm getting unlucky as a motherfucker, and I've gone through 2 cabins and no loot. No loot at all. Now, you see this gun right here. That ammo was not originally there. That ammo spawned in, so I skipped picking up the gun. Oop, Kobe! And I whip it. So, I skipped picking up the gun so the ammo would spawn so I could come back for it. So I've looted these 2 cabins, I'm going down to the 3rd, and that's my goal. My goal here is to get as much loot as possible while being defensive. Okay, because again, it's the Cabins of Death. I don't want to get murked right off the fucking bat, but I do want to murk some motherfuckers right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fast forward the video to the point where something kind of exciting happens. However, I did just get a medkit and M16, which is nice. Alright, while this video is fast forwarding, I just want to tell you what's going through my mind. Right now, it's just get the fuck out. It's survival. But at the same time, I want to kill some people, so what I'm doing is I'm actually flanking around. I'm going into the woods, and I know that there's 2 people that were on the other side of those cabins there, and I really want to fuck with them, right? But I want to do so in the safest way possible, so I'm going tree to tree, and I'm just kind of skirting the edge of these cabins on the north side. Because, A, they shouldn't expect anyone that's armed coming from the north side, so I should have an advantage on them. And if you see right here, I spot that guy. I spot him trying to fuck with the RV, the little camper thing, right? So I take a few shots. Note, I did not get a kill, but I did hit him, right? And that's the important thing for me. So right now I'm edging on him. He saw me, I see him, and then he's taking some shots at me. He gets a good hit. Now you see, you cannot shoot through that little gap like I was trying to do. It just hits the wall, right? So I wasted all of my shots there, didn't land anything further on him. But I know he's bleeding, and I know he's hurt, and again, I'm trying to push and I'm trying to flank, right? I'm hoping he thinks I'm over by the cabin still. So here I am, just looking out for him, trying to scan him. I don't know where he is. I lost track, and here I'm taking shots. And look at my health, and look, I still don't know where I'm getting shot from until I realize the impact is indicating that the motherfucker was behind me, right? And I saw him just skirt away there. So I immediately use another first aid kit, and I try to push on the guy who shot me. At this point, again, I'm a little confused because this is a twisty-turny area. I didn't see him when I ran in the cabin, so I think I'm going to heal up. Now, the guy who shot me just murked the original guy I shot at, okay? So I'm going, well, I know that there's at least one person still out roaming around, and I'm thinking this dude knows that I'm still alive, so I'm going to get fucked, right? So I'm doing my best just to heal up and listening out for anything, right? Just trying to get my little feelers out there to understand. I heard him reload. Now this guy makes a big mistake and he doesn't check the bathroom, and that's where I was hiding at, okay? Now he thought that he had killed me because he murked the guy I was originally shooting at, so he put his guard down, but you can't do that. Bathrooms are the #1 place people are going to be camping at, whether they're healing, whether they're hiding, whatever the case, because there are no windows in most bathrooms in this game, okay? So I got the drop off of him, I got his shotgun, I shredded his backpack, and I got the cloth, Okay, that's for bandages, and I also pick up a tactical helmet on top of it. So at this point in time, I got everything that I could want, so I'm heading off. Okay, and I'm going to go north. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up a map, and I'm going to show you the route that I traveled to the next loot spawn. Alright, so we push north along Spence Hills, and it takes us to a military compound in the woods, which most people overlook, and I think that's a crime, because there's a lot of good loot in here. Sometimes. Not always, but most of the time you're going to find decent stuff. For example, there's a campfire right there, which has 3 loot spawn possibles, all bows this time. This RV, multiple loot spawns possible. Again, there's a fucking bow, but a backpack we can shred for bandages, which is good. But always, right over here, there's a med kit. Right there. And if this place hasn't been looted, you can expect to find at least 1 med kit right here. Now, that was a hell of a trek from the Camp of Death up to here for just the med kit, right? But fortunately, after I die all my shit, there should be some AR ammo over in the corner over here. And again, always check it, because look at that, that's 60 more rounds with the AR, and that's 60 rounds of AR ammo I desperately needed. Okay? So my game plan right now is to push towards Ranchito in some way. I really wanted to hit the housing developments up here, because the amount of med kits that spawn over there are just fucking ridiculous. But the gas stops me well before I can. And I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. Alright, that's better. Now, you can see the gas just stopped me doing from what I wanted to do. So I was going to go ahead and skirt along the Lone Pine developments. Now, there's not much loot there, but I'm hoping to catch a player or something like that. And fortunately for me, I've spotted someone, so I'm on the hunt. Now, they're moving north just like I am. I'm expecting them right here. Like, literally right in front of me. But my perception is a little bit off, and he's actually in the field up ahead. So I go ahead and I throw rounds at him. You can see he's panicking. He's jumping, which is exactly what you should do. If you get shot at like this, you do exactly what he did and start hopping like a motherfucker to save your life, because often than not, more often than not, it will. It will indeed save your life. So he's prone there, so I'm throwing some more rounds at him. Now at this point in time, I'm getting shot at, and I don't know where the fuck it's coming from. So I'm starting to panic. I didn't start jumping like I should have. I'm just fleeing the scene of the crime. I'm trying to find out where exactly is this fire coming from, because it's kind of perplexing me. I'm wondering what the fuck is going on. So what I do here is I just fall back and I flank around. I get out of their render distance and I flank around. Okay, so I'm thinking, how can I gank these 2 guys, right? And that becomes my mentality for, oh my gosh, for like the next 10 fucking minutes, as I go ahead and try to get in front of them and set up ambush points and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut to the next bit of action so you guys don't get bored to fucking death. So again, this is the path that we've traveled around Spence Hills by Lone Pine, and now we're going up to the tip of Dragon Lake, right? We're being ahead of the circle, and we're trying to set up ambush points for these 2 motherfuckers. And here we are again. I'm going to lay down some fire. Unfortunately for me, I didn't get any headshots, or I don't even know if I hit them, to be honest with you. I don't believe I raised my gun enough to account for the bullet drop, but fuck it. That doesn't matter. I put pressure on them, and again, I'm not over-committing. I'm just taking pot shots and I'm moving, right? We're trying to hedge our bets. That's the best thing you can do to increase your chances at a win. Hedge your bets. Play smart. Play aggressive. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to cut to the next bit of action. Alright, so at this point, we're a good bit further into the game. We're at 11 players remaining. We're getting right to the top 10. Shit's about to get intense. And I've still been hunting these 2 guys, which they got into a firefight and there's only 1 left, but I'm still hunting them. Now, those shots there, you can see that they were hitting around him the majority of the time until I raised the gun a little bit and I was able to actually get the shot off onto him to finish him off. because he proned down immediately, and it was right by that rock. Now here, I was just saying good game, good luck on your next one, all that usual stuff. And you can see the guts are actually preventing me from looting the bag. If that ever happens, just prone, right? You can prone and get right down in there. Okay, so now that that fucker's dead, let's go ahead, let's leap into time and go a little bit further into the game. Alright, for this next segment, I'm going to have it on fast forward because it's really boring, but I want to touch on a couple very important notes. Alright, when you're playing Battle Royale and you get in a situation like this, you're on your own, there's 8 players remain, you have to skew things into your favor. That doesn't mean camp out the entire fucking game in a bush, but it does mean defend a position. Get to somewhere that people will come to ambush them. Now, in the spirit of that, I went to this house, okay, because as you saw, I was able to get loot here. It is an attraction for players. And I really want to gank some people, so I'm looking out the windows consistently and constantly, right? Because I want to see when someone's rolling up on me, what's happening, etc., etc. So I decide it's like 5 players remain, you know, maybe even less, to push out, right? And I'm going to push out to this little compound here, which is great. There's walls to defend, right? There's a whole bunch of loot possibilities. Now, unfortunately for me, the gas is right up in our ass, right? Like literally, it's almost touching my butt here. But we do have some great defenses. I mean, you look, it'll take a headshot or someone flanking me from behind to go ahead and take me out right here, okay? And that's saying a lot. And I panic. I think I'm going to get bombed. I think I'm going to get bombed, so I run away. Because as you saw, or I don't know if you caught it or not, but there is a crate, an airdrop right in front of me, right to the west there. Okay, so that plane was overhead. I panicked, but it actually went for players that were further in the trees up ahead. So I'm back here. I'm just using bandages, getting my health back up, because when you take an engagement at this point in the game, again, you gotta skew the fucking statistics, man. If you can have a first aid kit going beforehand when you engage someone, it will increase your chances of surviving by a lot. Alright, so if you have enough first aid kits, chain use them when it gets to the end mark. And we see here 30 seconds remain, and I'm going to get pushed. I know I am going to get pushed from the gas, but I also see a motherfucker in the tree lines over there. Alright, now he's in a favorable position, right? He's to the west-northwest, right where I'm looking. He's in a favorable position, while I'm not. So I give myself away there, but I do so in the purpose of agitating him, of pushing him, of alerting him. Because if he shoots back at me or anything like that, there's a good chance the other person that's around is going to go ahead and take him. Now, at this point, I think we're like top 3 or top 4, something like that. But I'm pushing. I'm riding the gas. It's right at my ass. And we're trying to just get the win here at this point. But the gas is being super fucking aggressive. So it's kind of making me get into a bad spot. Now I see the guy in the tree line. I see him. Right? He's pushing over. He's coming right to that tree line there. And that's really worrisome because that's the direction I have to go. I'm literally going to be forced to go there. And there's nothing I can do about it. Right? So at this point I go, fuck it. It's time to be aggressive. Let's go ahead and push in. And he's going to start taking shots at me, and look what I do. I'll start jumping to dodge these shots. See? There he is. I get hit once. Right? Now I'm using the tree here to block his line of sight as I get closer. Okay? And I got the shotty out. I'm ready. This is 3 players remain situation. So this is intense as fuck. I'm using the med kit to go ahead and heal up in the pre-engagement. This guy knows the general area I'm at. And I don't really have too much choice to either just run away or push him. So I'm trying to run into the gas right now. Okay, and I'm flanking. And this guy has some really bad aim, and he goes down with 3 shotgun blasts. Okay? Now, little do I know, there's another guy right there. And I fucking take him out with the shotgun, and guess what? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And this is just one example of how to hedge your bets into a first place win solo. Now, I don't know if these 2 guys were working as a team or if they were working by themselves. right? Either way, we were able to hedge out the win, and that's all that matters. And just for manners here, I'm checking out this loot crate, and I'm looting it, and I'm going to try on the 308, and I'm celebrating, because at this point, I'm so happy, right? That feeling that you get when you go ahead and get your first place win, it's amazing, right? So, I got to do a little dance for you guys in victory. This is a victory dance. I love you guys, seriously. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it helps you. If you have any questions, feel free to tweet me. My Twitter is right there. It's at Grimla6666. How original, right? So I love you guys. Good luck and have fun.